We're still on the road in Riverside, California, watching lottery investigators as they confront retailers and clerks who allegedly stole winning tickets. We're talking to them as well.
So our next stop is the World Market.
The investigators believe the store clerk, Do Kim, took the winning ticket and cashed it himself.
Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. How are you?
Kim apparently realizes why we're there and doesn't want to talk.
I don't want to get the interviews.
But you need to see a couple things here, because I have some information from the state lottery, and we have some video. A woman came in, presented a ticket. You scanned it. You told the woman that she was not a winner, but that ticket was a $1,000 winner. How did this happen?
He asks us to turn off the camera.
Please leave, okay? Please.
We don't turn it off, but we agree to have our crew go outside the store. Kim tells us his version of what happened, that he checked 2 of the 3 tickets the investigator handed him, and when he found they were not winners, he claims he threw all 3 in the trash. But lottery computers have a record of him scanning the winning ticket. He finally admits to me that he claimed the ticket himself, saying that because the investigator didn't come back to claim it, it was now his. Kim is arrested and later pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor, attempted grand theft. He was sentenced to 6 months in jail and 3 years probation.
We're now headed over to the El Rancho Market, and this is an interesting one because it appears as though the owner's wife is the one who actually ripped the ticket.
You check these for me. They're my friends. I don't think they're winners, but you could just check them for me.
I'm Chris Hansen. I'm with Dateline NBC. How are you? And we're doing a story on the lottery, and we're trying to figure out how a winning ticket was presented here, but the woman who presented it was told it was not a winning ticket.
No, it's a mistake.
A mistake.
Yeah.
I showed Talat Khan video of the investigator handing her a winning ticket.
That's you right here, and she's saying, you're saying she didn't win.
Yeah, but when she go, then I check it.
Khan tells me she finally realized it was a winner, but too late to notify anyone. She also tells me she scanned the ticket only once.
Okay. Well, there's a couple problems with that story.
What?
Well, one of the problems is that we know that the ticket was scanned twice here at the store. It was checked at 9:44, which is about the time the lottery investigator was here, and then it was checked again at about 9 minutes after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, we know that for a fact, so somebody rechecked that ticket to make sure it was a winner. Who did that?
I don't know. I don't remember. I checked only one time.
You only checked it one time. So how would it, did it just magically get up and walk over to the machine and check itself?
No, but
how does that happen?
I don't remember.
It grew legs and checked itself?
I checked only one time.
Who claimed the ticket?
My daughter.
Your daughter. What did you tell your daughter about the ticket?
I said some customer left it.
Some customer left it.
Yeah.
But her daughter apparently has a different version of events.
Well, you know, the problem here, Mrs. Khan, is that your daughter says that she bought the ticket, she put it in her purse, forgot about it, and finally saw it and decided it was time to cash it in. Now, that is a completely different story than the one you just told me. Yeah, it is.
This is a mistake. I told you I don't need money. That's why I keep the ticket and check it, nothing.
Khan's husband and co-owner of the store arrives and tells us he thought his daughter really did buy the ticket at their store.
You knew nothing about this. What did you say to your wife about this?
She did wrong.
She did wrong.
And it's all about to get worse for the Khans. Because he and his wife are the owners of the store and the licensed lottery retailers, the lottery is going to terminate their license to sell lottery tickets and remove all the lottery equipment from this store and another one they own. Stores like this count on lottery sales to stay afloat.
What is that going to do to you, the fact that you are no longer a lottery retailer?
Mostly we sell the lottery. That's people come in the store, they buy the other stuff. You know, we lose the business. We are with the lottery, no business.
Mr. Khan's wife and daughter are arrested and later plead guilty to a misdemeanor, attempted grand theft. The Khan's daughter also pleaded to another misdemeanor, receiving stolen property. Both of them were sentenced to 4 months in jail and 3 years probation. To date, the California Lottery has investigated more than 500 stores. The clerk or retailer kept the tickets and tried to cash them in 59 times, resulting in prosecutions every time. At another 30 stores, the lottery clerk kept the winner but didn't cash in the ticket.
It's a violation of public trust.
District Attorney Rod Pacheco's office prosecuted the cases in Riverside.
Were you surprised that this kind of a crime was taking place?
Yeah, I was kind of shocked about it. And I was shocked in the sense that I don't know why I didn't think that people would do such a thing. But it made perfect sense when I thought about it.
And California's investigation seems to be having an impact. 3 of the retailers who were cashing the most winning tickets haven't cashed a single ticket since the investigation started 18 months ago.
So how common are discounting and theft in other state lotteries? There's no way to know because few states have investigative arms like the one we saw in California. As we told you, retailers are turning up frequently as winners in other states. New York, Ohio, Illinois, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Tennessee, just to name a few. Here in New York, the lottery sold more than $7 billion worth of tickets last year. It's the largest lottery in the country. We asked the New York Lottery to allow us to conduct an investigation similar to California's. It declined.
So we tried to see for ourselves whether retailers in New York would tell us if we had a winning ticket. The New York Lottery claimed that our efforts to obtain winning tickets to use in our investigation was illegal and put out this alert, spit out at every lottery terminal in the New York City area. Warning: NBC News is trying to trick lottery retailers into stealing winning lottery tickets. Of course, that is not what we were trying to do. We were going to see if clerks in New York would be honest. The New York Lottery declined our request for an interview, but Gordon Medenica, the director of the New York Lottery, asked that this email be circulated to every lottery director in North America. He asked if Dateline had contacted them, if they'd granted us an interview. He even wanted to know if we had an attitude. How would you describe their tone towards the lottery industry, he asks. He goes on to say our story is about entrapping retailers into scamming customers out of lottery prizes. Meanwhile, a few other states are following California's lead and are either planning or have started undercover buying operations of their own. This video is from an undercover operation in Minnesota. In this case, the retailer did the right thing. And again, it should be noted that the vast majority of retailers are honest, and if you win, it's likely you're going to collect your prize.
There, $1,000 here.
You're kidding.
But what can you do to make sure that if you have a winning lottery ticket, you get your money? Joan Barucki is the director of the California Lottery.
One of the most important things that the consumer can do when they get their tickets is sign them. Even before you play the ticket, sign the ticket.
Then make sure you know the rules of the game you're playing and what makes a ticket a winner. Check your state lottery's website for information and odds. And while you're there, you can check the winning numbers as well. Most lotteries post the numbers on the website. Many states now have those ticket-checking machines in stores that players can use to see if they're winners. And some of the machines even tell you how much you've won.
Quite honestly, if the customer doesn't believe that the game is fair, and that they're going to be treated fairly, and that the integrity is there in the system, I'm not going to be able to sell that ticket.
And if you do ask the lottery clerk to check the tickets, make sure you ask for a receipt for any winning ticket. But Director Barucki wants to make sure, even though the odds are long, that they're the same for everyone who plays.
I want to make sure that everybody knows that the lottery has the highest integrity, and we also want our retailers and our clerks to know that that's very important to us. We're going to be watching.
Can you check these for me?